Okay. Welcome again to our special session for Capstone Project. This is a special session because we're not able to discuss the process on how to write Chapter 4 Development Phase Results. Okay? Kayo yung dalawang section na hindi ko na ano kasi nga we catch up on the other, what do you call this one? We catch up or we did some makeup class on our topics na hindi natin na-cover because of the holiday classes. Okay? So for this afternoon, this will just be short, guys. I'll discuss with you guys the process on how to write your chapter 4 development results. So for this particular phase, you really need to follow what's written on your chapter 3, di ba? I think that's also evident on the previous, what do you call this one, learning material I provided. Okay? So pagpasensya nyo na hindi ko nalagay yung header, but don't worry, the final version of this one, ilalagay ko yung header. So for chapter 4, so this one already talks about development results for IT Capstone project. That's why bitaw, yung sa first natin na session, I explicitly mentioned, do not include muna development phase because I will still discuss it with you guys. And of course, I will provide you with some guidelines. Okay, so ito na yun. So chapter 4 of the IT Capstone project presents the development results. So in this chapter, the researchers should demonstrate how the outputs promised in chapter 3, methodology, particularly on development phase, were actually developed. So every result shown must be consistent with the deliverables previously stated in the previous chapter. So, generally speaking, yung standard kasi natin sa IT Capstone project sa school natin, because we are mostly developing a information system, there are three outputs in general. Kinakailangan yan ng user interface, kinakailangan yan ng evidence for that you were able to develop the major functionalities, and of course, the queries that are generated by your system kasi nga meron tayong database design, diba, na ginawa. So itong tatlo, these are actually the standard or the minimum outputs to be presented in development phase, okay? But there are other studies that are, kumbaga, there are other studies who have these other outputs. For example, we have groups like yung meron silang integration na process na dapat ipakita. So they need to provide that one as well in here. So hindi ko sinasabi guys na tatlo lang yung diniscuss ko, tatlo lang din yung ipapakita ninyo. So you need to go back to your, they call this one, need to go back to your chapter 3 kung ano yung na-discuss doon. And then, you kindly identify whether the outputs mentioned in chapter 3 talks about these three major minimum requirements. Okay? So pag hindi, then maybe we can do some adjustments on it. Okay? Para mag-align talaga si chapter 3 and si chapter 4 natin. So again, tatlo yung minimum requirements ko for development phase, itong tatlo. The UI, particularly the high fidelity, the code snippets of the major functionalities, and of course, the SQL queries for report generation. Actually, yung UI, yung number 1 at number 3, if you notice, you're done with this one. Ang malaki talagang problema natin dito, or yung major problem natin to be addressed with the time we are provided is itong number 2, 'di ba? Kasi nga alam ko na majority is that it's not yet fully functional kasi nga you're still in development. But I do hope na by the time na isasubmit itong mga documentation na to, tapos na talaga tayo with our major functionalities. Okay? So later on, I will also discuss the deadlines para aware tayo. So let's have first the user interface. So for the development phase, ito yung medyo may question sa akin, sir, ano po ba yung ilalagay namin sa development phase? Is it the UI or is it the hi-fi or the lo-fi? Remember, let's all remember yung natutunan natin. Pag low fidelity, it talks about the template, the blueprint of the web interface, 'di ba? Yan yung natutunan natin. That's why, 'di ba, during summer, I allow you to provide legends and labels on the different fields, input fields, para yan yung pagbabasehan ni front-end kung ano yung gagawin niya na interface. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, si low fidelity nandun siya sa design or doon sa previous natin na mga phases before development. Tapos, si high fidelity naman will be, dito naman siya sa ilalagay sa development phase. Okay? These are the interfaces that will showcase how the system looks and how users interact with it. So I have here some criteria or guidelines that you need to remember and to follow. For user interface results, you need to present at least 20 high fidelity screenshots of the system interfaces. So when we say 20 screenshots, that would mean you focus only on the major functionalities or major web pages, for example, login page, the dashboard, okay, and then those other interfaces that will really help the users or the readers identify na you were able to present or create an interface that will allow them to interact with the developed system. Okay, so ayan, for high fidelity, each screenshot must be in full color. Yung pagkakaiba niya naman sa UI is that, ay sa lo-fi, is that si lo-fi, it should really be black and white. Dito naman sa, dito naman sa hi-fi, it should be in full color, like may color talaga siya. Okay? Now, limit the presentation to a maximum of 2 figures per page. Ano ibig sabihin niya? Ibig sabihin, for example, if you will have one bond paper, dalawang screenshot ang pwede nyong i-insert doon sa page natin. And then, in every screenshot, meron dapat narrative na discussion. And ito yung dapat na ilagay sa discussion na part. For example, you have figure number 3.0 for a particular high fidelity. The explanation should include the following: the purpose of the interface, ano yung key features niya, and then yung navigation flow. For example, yung login page natin, if it's a successful login, automatically it will redirect you to the home page. Okay? So ano yung next, kumbaga, na interface? So usually, when you present the user interfaces, they are in hierarchy, like which comes first, which comes next, okay? Parang ganyan yung ano natin, guys. Later on, magbibigay ako ng example, okay? Yung pangalawa naman is that we have the code for code snippets. Tinatawag siyang snippets, guys. It's because you will not totally get or you will not present the totality of the code. Like you'll just get parts of it, parts and bits of it, which will explain or which will become as an evidence na talagang na-develop natin yung system natin. So same lang din naman, provide at least 20 code snippets focusing only on the back-end logic of functional development. You are not allowed or you are to exclude, again, exclude the HTML, CSS, or JavaScript codes. So limit the snippets to the programming logic that drives the system. Do not include these 3 because itong evidence ng HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, that is presented in your UI naman, okay? For this particular part of your documentation, you are required to use Courier New font for code to distinguish it from the rest of the text. So, hindi siya Times New Roman pag sa coding na siya. So, we will use Courier New, okay? And place 1 figure per page for clarity and readability. Kung sa UI, allowed tayo na dalawa yung interface or screenshot na ilagay natin. Dito naman sa ating code snippets is that 1 code snippets is equivalent to 1 page. 1:1 tayo dito. Below each snippet, provide, same lang din, 3 to 5 sentences explaining the following. So, the purpose of the code, the specific function it performs, and then a brief description as to how it works in the system. So, technically speaking, you can be really technical on this one, but make sure na when a non-technical reader will read this one is that maintindihan niya rin. Diba? Your code will be the guide and then your description dayon will be an explanation on ano itong code na to. Okay? And yung pangatlo naman, we have here SQL queries for report generation. Diba? Diba in our design phase, meron tayong physical database design. So ang output doon is that yung physical database design na nilagay natin, the only evidence na it's really working is that if we can provide queries that will also generate relevant reports. Diba? I hope you can still remember relevant reports. Sige nga, analysts, can you still remember yung mga relevant reports? Thumbs up daw if Remember pa ba? How about yung iba? Wala akong nakikita nag-thumbs up lagi, guys. Hindi na na-remember yung mga relevant reports. Non-technical relevant reports, okay? Palmones ka na-remember, Kabugsa ka na-remember, Cañedo ka na-remember, the rest na SA, na-forgot na. How about the other SA? Or iisa-isahin ko kayo, guys. Ayan. Very good. Sige. Now, for the third part of the you are to provide or present screenshots of the SQL queries used to generate reports. Yan yung lang natin. Kasi, sir, bakit yung sa reports lang, sir? It's because there are some already parameterized queries na in your code snippets sa major functionalities. Queries also must appear in Courier New font with black text and then white background for clarity. Each SQL query should include 3 to 5 sentences explaining or describing the following: its purpose, the data type of data it retrieves, and how it supports the system reporting. Okay, I think this is already, or you've done this part already. We're done with this one during summer, so hindi na siya, what do you call this one, hindi na siya mahirap i-explain. Okay? After each query, yung evidence naman na yung query is gumagana is that you are to provide, kindly take note of this one, non-technical generated reports. Okay? So non-technical, tawag dito, yung NTR bitaw, non-technical reports. So ibig sabihin, these reports can be used even if hindi siya IT. Like kaya niyang basahin na, okay, ito yung report. Same goes lang din. This one is no longer a screenshot. This one is already a table. So it would mean na you are to write 3 to 5 sentences explaining and describing the significance of a report and how will it be used in the practice or in the usage of the system. So yan yung tatlo. Again, itong tatlo are just the minimum requirements. Kung merong na-mention doon sa development phase ninyo, like for example, integration of SMS or whatsoever, so that should also be included. Like paano siya in-implement, ano yung result niya, di ba? May interface ba kayong nagawa? Okay? So, always remember, i-align namin, guys, yung sinabi ninyo sa chapter 3, dito sa chapter 4 na pinakita ninyo. Okay? Sige nga, can I give the floor to anyone who would like to ask questions para later on I can proceed with the example na dayon. Kung walang question, give me a thumbs up para I can proceed with the example. Sige. Okay, I think majority is walang question, di ba? Kasi nga na, if you notice this part here, parang nagawa natin na ito sa summer. Yung medyo wala lang is doon sa part ng major functionalities. Okay? Now let's go to the examples. Look at these examples, guys. So for example, ito yung sa user interface. Di ba dito, if you notice, ayan siya. Di ba? Ito yung interface, kumbaga. Ayan. How do you put it sa, ang tawag dito, ang format niya is that kinakailangan una yung screenshot tsaka yung pangalan. Guys, bakit nakapula ito? Nakapula itong high fidelity web interface because that will be the syntax. Kung for example, if it's a high fidelity screenshot, dapat meron muna ito tapos tsaka na yung pangalan ng interface. Okay? For example, high fidelity web interface for attendance monitoring dashboard. And of course, yung explanation niya. Sir, ano yung explanation mo? Yung explanation ko, it's just something na I get, di ba? So, hindi siya talaga yung explanation. So, you can, again, yung purpose dito is that 3 to 5 sentences only. Baka ito yung ilalagay yung explanation na, again, this is just an example narrative. Pinakita ko lang sa inyo kung ano yung itsura niya. Okay. Di ba sabi ko kanina, sir, sabi mo kanina pwedeng dalawa sa isang page. Pwede din naman, guys. Sometimes, because I don't require man a specific bitaw na size, so pag, I think we will still discuss that one during sa format documentation talaga. So, kung gusto mo na dalawa yung malagay dito sa ano natin, sa document natin, you can just actually adjust. Okay? Pwede ka mag-adjust, guys, kasi wala pa tayong format na binibigay man. Diba? So you can do some adjustments on this one, and of course, just to sanagali, cut down the expenses for the printing. So pwedeng ganyan, guys. Tapos add ka ng isang bagong interface. So you don't need to worry because later on or pag ano, you can just you can just you can just make adjustments. But for now, since we are still not kumbaga providing you with some you can still do this one. Pwede pa mo mag-adjust dani guys. So ang may tabo dani is that kung gusto niyo talagang magtipid, for example ito, titipirin niyo. Ganyan, ba? Pwedeng ganyan guys. Pero kung hindi talaga kaya, wag ipilit ha? Wag ipilit kasi sometimes pag pinipilit, ang ending hindi na magiging okay yung kalalabasan. For example ito, pinilit ko na 2, 'di ba? So hindi siya. Anong kulang dito? Wala siyang pangalan. By the way, when you do bit of the naming, figure 3.0 doesn't mean it's chapter 3. Figure 3.0 indicates na ito yung pangatlong figure in the totality of your document. Ibig sabihin, in chapter 1, 2, and 3, meron ka ng 2 figure na nagamit doon. So that's why yung next mo na figure is 3.0. Walang 3.1, 3.2. The next figure will be 4.0 na dayon. Figure 4.0, figure 5.0, figure 6.0. Nagets ba? So, if gusto niyo ng good presentation, then maybe you can have 1 screenshot per page. Pero if medyo kayo, ang tawag dito, na gusto mo makasave, then make some adjustments. By the way, hindi po namin pinapayagan ang ganito kaliit ha. Don't worry because before the manuscript printing, kasi yung iba, ang ginagawa, just to save, kanya naman kaliit yung screenshot. Paano naman namin yan titignan guys? Siguro naman mga ganito siguro, mga 1/8 na index card po. Pwede pa yan siguro, okay? But pag ganyan kalit guys, hindi na namin yan mababasa, okay? So, for example, ganyan kaliit, pwede pa yan siguro, di ba? But please make sure na we can still check on it. Di ba? Again, gusto namin kayong magtipid pero wag nyo ding i-sacrifice yung quality. Okay? Do not sacrifice the quality as well. Nagets ba? Hello? Technical writers, kayo ba yung gigisahin namin dito pag ganito ha? Nagets ba? Technical writers? Thumbs up daw technical writers ba? Okay. Sige. Again, this one is colored. Yung sa lo-fi, black and white pa lang siya. Okay? So, doon bitaw dapat wala akong makita explanation dito sa hi-fi na nag-e-explain kung ilang buttons, anong kulay ng buttons. That's not here. Okay, don't put it here because hindi yan dito ilalagay. Yung mga ganyan is doon pa sa low fidelity. Nagets ba? Okay. So again, yung purpose ng high fidelity or yung explanation should really focus on the purpose, what's really the page all about, how does it work in the system, and what's the next user interface if, for example, mag-navigate si user after this page. Okay? Now, punta naman tayo doon sa ibaba. Kindly look at this one. Look at the code snippets. The code snippets for for this particular project is that kinakailangan naka black and white talaga siya guys. Alam niyo kung bakit? Para hindi siya mahirap or masakit basahin. And kindly notice as well, yung nilagay niya lang na code snippet is really for PHP only. Diba? Wala kayong makikitang HTML dyan, wala kayong makikitang JavaScript dyan, or even CSS. Wala talaga. Kasi nga, we are focused on how were you able to create the system using that particular programming language na na-mention doon sa inyong, doon sa inyong chapter 3. So, ganito yung itsura niya, guys. Okay? Sir, can we, like for example, what if, sir, our line is almost 500 yung lines natin? So, kunin nyo lang, guys, kung saan doon yung function bitaw or yung part that will really, for example, login page. Saan ba doon yung part that will, that is equivalent of checking the records and then validating pag nandun yung records, then successful login siya. Pag hindi naman, may error message na ilalabas. Diba? So out of the 500 codes, hanapin nyo lang yung importante na code. Okay? Nagets nyo? Hindi siya necessary na ito lahat ng code ilalagay. Remember, 20 din na ba? Another also, ito yung clarify ko sa mga ibang section. Pag for example, nakakuha na kayo or na-include nyo na sa documentation ninyo yung process ng pag-add, for example, adding of products, you don't need to provide a screenshot on how to update and delete it because technically speaking, pag na-insert na kasi yan, alam na ng panel na okay, kaya yung i-delete, kaya yung i-update, di ba? Except lang sa mga special cases. Okay? Pero, yung functionality bitaw, the major functionality or the code snippets to be provided talaga will be based on your use case. So, doon namin pagbabasehan yan. Di ba? Hahanapin namin yung, for example, asan dito yung process ng pag-donate ng milk? Di ba? Saan dito yung code snippets on how it's being done? Diba? Yan yung hahanapin ng panel. Hindi yung how do you edit, how do you update, how do you delete. Kasi nga, that's very crude man, diba? Kasi alam naman namin na pag nakaya nyong i-add yan sa database or i-add using an interface and then to the database, automatically, we can really infer na kaya yang mag-edit, kaya yang mag-delete, diba? So you don't need to have an evidence for that one. You really need to focus talaga or balikan niyo yung use case ninyo or yung data flow diagram ninyo para you will have an idea bakit siya aabot ng 20. Okay? Nagets ba? Uy, nagets ba? And also, you don't need to include yung sa reports bitaw, yung pag-generate ng reports kasi nga may SQL naman tayo doon. The challenge talaga is that hanapin niyo yung 20. Diba? May nagpa-check sa akin na ibang section. Ang sinabi, sir, I only have 5 code snippets kasi 5 lang yung use case namin. Uy, if you will try to dissect your use case, marami yan, di ba? So you just need to be very logical lang talaga and very technical on identifying, okay? Nagets ba? Hindi ibig sabihin na may sa akin approach, sir, yung use case namin, we only have 8, sir. Should we add more? Uy, hindi yan ganyan. Ha? Si use case will be your reference. Tapos, in each of that cases, meron kasi yung mga sub-cases din. So, you need to identify ano yung mga sub-cases para alam nyo. Yun nga lang, I already limit it na hindi na i-include yung update at delete kasi nga, it's already redundant and we know that one na pag na-insert talaga yan, kaya yang mag-crudes. Okay? Sige daw, be. So again na, ang susulat ba nito lahat is yung technical writer. Sir, papaano kung walang maibigay yung front end? Leave it blank. Sir, papaano kung walang maibigay yung back end? Leave it blank. Okay? Alam naman namin yan. Pag wala kang nailagay, ibig sabihin wala kayong na-develop. Di ba? You cannot proceed with the testing and evaluation. Nagets ba? So, I really need you to double time talaga guys because we are working on a deadline. Hindi tayo basta-basta tayong gumagawa na wala tayong deadline na sinusunod. Okay? Am I clear? Now, ito naman sa SQL report generation. Can you still remember yung sa summer? Di ba ganito yung, by the way, when you do bitaw the figure, please make sure na naka-bold siya yan, naka-bold siya ha. Tapos, yung name ng figures dapat always nasa ibaba. Okay? Example, this one, ayan. Tapos, naka-center aisle siya. So, lagyan nyo din ng code snippet 4. Ayan, ito din yung name ng functionality. Diba? This is a code snippet for recording a new student attendance for student. Okay? So, yan yun. And then, explanation nyo dito. Okay? Nagets nyo ba? Please take note of this one. Kindly look at the code snippets nila. Bakit may number line dito sa gilid? Para alam ni panel kung saan kayo, or for example, the panel will ask, on line number 10, di ba? Bakit cur-date yung ginamit? Di ba? For example, something like that. So it would be easy for you to identify as well. Okay, kung ano yung tinatanong ni panel. Hindi tayo malilito kung ano yung gusto niyang sagot dun sa question natin. Now, for this one naman, if you notice, si figure, di ba si figure, yung pangalan niya is nasa ibaba. Pag nag-table tayo guys, dapat yung pangalan ng table is nasa itaas. Now, ano yung style ni sir when I do the documentation for table? I don't copy the table. I screenshot it and then I make it an image. Pansin nyo guys? Oh, this one is one technique ha. Tinuro ko na to sa inyo ha. Diba? Bakit? Bakit ko ginawang image? It's because when I do the image, mas madali siyang mas madali siyang i-manipulate or i-move around the document. Hindi ako mahihirapan. Nagets ba? Hello, nagets ba? Thumbs up daw, be. Kung nagets ba? Parang hindi nagets, Ayan. Diba? Hindi ako nahirapan pag-adjust. Okay. So, dito naman sa SQL, kinakailangan talaga na the SQL part, kindly take note of the format. Diba? Look at this one. All of the SQL words used are really on this side. Tapos, next line natin yung mga attributes na ginagamit. Tapos, indent natin. Okay? Ano yung mali dito? Ano ay yung mali niya dito, guys? Ay, wala palang mali. Sorry. Meron talagang mali. May mali ba? Concat. Wala pala. This one is okay kasi concat man yan. Okay? So, concat. Tapos, ito yung conditions niya for doing the concat. And then, you have the case, when, then, else, and, from, inner, order by. Diba? So, if you notice, ganyan yung pagkakagawa natin. And, I think this is already not new because ito yung ginamit natin sa summer. Yung ano lang talaga dito sa format is that kinakailangan in every SQL query, meron siyang corresponding report. Diba? That will be the basis. And if you notice, yung report na binigay ko is that it's really a non-technical. Ibig sabihin, wala na yung mga attributes. Instead of student ID, ang ginawa dito, student ID talaga. Like, it's really spelled out. Diba? And if you notice, look at this one. Ayan. Diba? Naka-spell out. Sige nga who can identify? Anong mali dito sa pagkakagawa dito? Anong mali dito, be? Sige nga, sino makasagot sa inyo, guys? Would like to volunteer. Yung mga back. Sean, anong mali dyan?
Dapat AM at PM, sir.
Very good. Nakalimutang ilagay ni backend kung ano ba siya, AM ba siya or PM, di ba? So, that's good kasi na-remember pa natin. Okay? That's the format, guys, na we need to remember in doing the documentation for development phase. So don't worry because I will give this example not only to you guys but as well as to your advisors. Okay? Now, ang tanong ko dito ay ang general talaga or yung major question talaga nila, sir, kailan po ang deadline nito? Guys, the deadline for chapter 4 writing submission, ang deadline set is September 8. Again, ang deadline is hindi sa inyo, guys. Ang deadline is hindi ito para sa advisor. Para ito sa inyo, guys. Bantay lagi mo sa ako. Ito yung deadline. Tapos, tawag dito. This one will be the deadline. So, you can do your consultation na dayon. So, consultation can happen. You can start na tomorrow, guys. September. Kung meron na kayong mapakita sa advisor ninyo, September 11 to September 17, 2025. Okay? Yan yung consultation natin. So, again, please make sure na meron tayong output kasi we cannot really write a particular result for chapter 4 unless meron tayong magawa talaga ng system. Diba? Again, technical writer, kayo po ang susulat nito lahat. And I always remind you this one, do not tawag dito, huwag niyong kukunin yung mga trabaho ng ibang tao kasi nga naka-assign naman tayo, di ba? So pag hindi gagawa si back-end, now when you go down, we all go down together na lang yun tayo. Okay? I hope hindi yan mangyayari sa inyo. So, again, project managers, tulungan natin yung technical writer natin in doing a follow-up doon sa user interfaces, doon sa code snippets, sa mga SQL queries, okay? Again, ang susulat nito is si technical writer. So, you will just provide them with the contents talaga. And then siya na yung mag-i-explain yan. Okay? Sige, question. Sige nga, I will give the floor now for the question and answer. May question ba? Sige nga, kindly clarify anything, guys. May question ba tayo? Kasi kung walang question, that's all na yun for our discussion for today. Okay? By the way, I would like to remind, not remind, but inform the general public or those who are enrolled in this class na yung final defense natin will run from 1 to 2 hours. And part doon is meron tayong, meron tayong debugging. Okay? So for example, if the, what we call this one, if we can see na may kulang doon sa system natin na pinapakita, then the panel will really put you on a scenario, and then you will try to debug it, you will try to create it, diba? That's one way as well of us identifying whether kayo ba talaga yung gumawa o hindi, diba? Sir, pwede ba namin isama yung co-author namin na si ChatGPT? Bawal po, guys. Okay? Your screen will be projected talaga, and then we can really see if kayo ba talaga yung gumagawa o hindi. Okay? Nagets ba? So that the final debugging or the debugging part will only happen on the final defense. Okay? So good luck in advance inyo guys. That's really part. Alam naman natin yan. Even last year nangyari din yan. So if you were not able to debug it, then technically speaking, hindi kayo yung gumawa, di ba? Or maybe hindi nyo talaga totally na-understand yung system. That's why I'm really warning people who just, what do you call this one, use ChatGPT and then just copy and paste it. Good luck talaga sa inyo guys. Please understand your code because there's really a part where you will debug your system. Okay? Sige. May question tayo from Bensi. Sir, ask lang po sa code snippets for major functionalities and SQL query for reports. So anong question mo? Bensi? Hindi ko ma-gets. For PHP, ito yung code snippets niya, di ba? Ito yung example. Pag query naman guys, di ba alam nyo naman na pag query is nanggaling sa database natin, di ba? Ito yung siya. If you will try to compare, they are not the same. Ito, it's a combination of PHP tapos may a little bit of, a little bit of SQL, but plainly, pagdating dito naman, it's really a general SQL lang talaga. Did I answer your question, Bensi? Mag-class ako. Nasaan yung key? Okay. Hindi ko rin alam kung sino ang nag-open kanina. Okay, any questions guys? Sige nga. Sige. Bakit marami nagsadreact na mag-debug, di ba? Bakit kayo natatakot? Kung kayo ang gumawa, huwag kayong matakot guys. Okay? Kayong matakot. Okay. I'll now stop the recording because I will upload this one sa YouTube, and then I will send it to other sections as well.